we've had a big sale and a big in. A really big in. And welcome back to another episode of Outcasts 2 Icons. Of course, if you've been enjoying it, drop a like. That's fancy and nice and stuff. Today, we're starting on the page of Marco Cuarto, just so you can see the beautiful face of the Italian stallion. Now, unfortunately, he's picked up an injury which has seen him miss all of the off-camera games and will, again, be out for today. He should be back for the second one. It's the standard 3 to 4 week injury that we see from him a couple of times a season. We just kind of have to get used to that. It's one of those things you come to expect from our man, Marco Cuarto. But really, he might be one of my favourite signings I've ever made, particularly on a free transfer. The fact that he's got nearly 100 league appearances for us and 30 league goals already. He's had a fantastic couple of seasons. I feel like this season his output's probably going to be lower, but that's just to be expected given the slight change in tactics. Now, since it is the start of the week, it is time to thank new patrons, and this week it is Ian Glynn and Paul Cross. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you to everybody over there, of course. We can just be real for a second, when the whole pandemic thing hit, it was a question of, do I keep making content or do I have to push into other things, really? And I took the jump into going full-time into making FM content, which is quite a risk, but I've been able to do it, and that's with everybody's help, and just, yeah, so thank you, everybody, a lot. Also, Ian, I believe that tier allows you to sponsor a player, so do let me know if there is any players in the team that you would like to sponsor. Now, this weekend saw the return of Football League football, and my goodness, am I glad it's back. Now, with Fulham not playing until the Sunday, I was trying to keep an eye on all the scores coming in on the Saturday, and I did it with, of course, the OneFootball app. I was surprised to see Birmingham City going and winning away at newly relegated Sheffield United, but I was kept on top of it with all the stats, the team lineups, and of course, the fan voting. So if you want to be able to stay on top of all of your team's action and any other teams you want to follow from around Europe or the rest of the world, then the OneFootball app is for you, and a massive thank you to them for sponsoring this video, and you can download the app for free with the link in the top line of the description. So, we have big stuff to talk about, because in the last video I mentioned that we'd had a big bid for a player. Well, we've had a big sale and a big in, a really big in. So let's talk. And the out is Chris Hewitt. He has gone to Manchester UFC next season. He's actually Manchester Super Reds #1 fan. But no, essentially the situation was, on the final day of the window, I'd mentioned that there was rumours that linked him with a move to Hertha Berlin, but no bid ever materialised. And then in came Manchester United on the final day of the window. And I thought, it's a tough one, because Chris Hewitt, he's a good player, but I honestly didn't think that he was actually that brilliant for us last season. So he was one of the players that I was prepared to do a deal for, should the money be right, particularly on account of the fact that we got him for free. Well, we just sold him for £35 million. He's been here 1 year. 1 year. Free transfer to £35 million the following season to Manchester United. So I will take that, really. And I did have a contingency plan in place. Don't worry, it's not just a case of, oh God, we've lost Chris Hewitt. Yeah, I had a plan all along. But I also then decided I would try to go back in for the guy that I mentioned in the last one. We had the weird the release clause situation with. And it's just as well I did, because I completely forgot about something. And that is that the player I was looking for, he was not an EU national at all. That doesn't explain the release clause thing, that there was an issue. However, we wouldn't have been able to sign him anyway, because we'd already picked up our friend Augusto Rivas. But with Chris Hewitt leaving, I was like, actually, we can try and go get him, and basically can finance the deal with the sale of Chris Hewitt. And I'm going to show you him now, because we did it. This is Roman Believ, a Russian centre-back who's coming from Spartak Moscow for 32.5 million. It is our record signing, more expensive than Mohamed Kudus. You can sort of see why I was interested in this guy. He's only 20 years old. Now, originally, when he first came in, it was 5. But it was 4 and 5. Things happen. But nevertheless, he's still one of the best players at the club, which is a nice sign for us. But yes, so I went back in, triggered the release clause, no problem at all. I actually don't know what was going on with it. The only thing I can think of is what I talked about in the last video, where because we weren't drawn into the Champions League groups yet, the game didn't consider us a Champions League team. That's stupid, but I think that's the only reason that could have blocked that from happening, because the release clause triggered absolutely fine, and he was able to join us no problem, literally with about 2 hours left in the transfer window. So out goes Chris Hewitt for 35 million. In comes Roman Believ for 32.5, but he's already worth 42 million pounds, which is a really, really nice sign. Yes, you're thinking to yourself, okay, but without Chris Hewitt in the midfield, who's going to play there? I'll tell you, but I'll show you more than tell you. In other good news, we were actually able to register all of our team for the Champions League, so nobody's been left out whatsoever, which is awesome. In slightly less good news, Ramon, our young, probably our brightest youth prospect, who's in the first team this season. I wanted to give him lots of game time off the bench, maybe some starts here and there. Yeah, he's damaged his Achilles tendon and is going to be out for 6 months. But speaking of youth prospects, Kwon Sang-tae got his first call-up for South Korea. At 18 years old, he already has a cap for South Korea. And someone quickly wanted to see the social groups, so I will show you now. They're pretty bloody good, really. When you look at most of these guys, they're all newbies. Everybody in our squad currently that has been here more than one season or more, is in the core social group. And that gives me great hope that these guys can then integrate over the course of the season and we'll have one massive social group, which I think is... I've never really had that before, if I'm honest. But today, we go away to Bulgaria, away to Ludogorets Razgrad. This is a must-win, should-win, have-to-win kind of game. We need to do the double over Ludogorets and then take our chances against Liverpool and Barca, really. Don't know how we're going to play against those two sides, but we're definitely going to be going all out, balls to the wall today. I'll do a selection advice, and you can see what I'm kind of thinking for this. Now, I've played him here for the last couple of games, and I've got to be honest, I've been pretty impressed with him in that role. And let's be honest, just looking at his attributes for the role, other than the off the ball, that's the one thing that I'm like, ooh, a little bit sus on. But to be fair, he is slotted into that midfield role absolutely swimmingly, and that basically vacates his centre-back position and allows Believ to come straight into that role, and we move him into the midfield, and it's as if Chris Hewitt was, never even there, really. So, Granados not going to be playing in that role today, but that's where I feel like he will get a lot of game time this season, should the moment strike us. Siggy Jonsson or Magnus Nissen. I think it has to be Nissen for today. Obviously, we've got a smaller bench because of the Champions League, so we've got to kind of be careful with who we put on it. I almost feel a bit sorry for Max Libera. I feel like he could get left behind a little bit this season. He will still get games, worry not. But as for the rest of the team, I think that's what I'm going to go with. No, we're not. No, we're going to go with Milosevic there. In fact, and I kind of might well put Max Libera on the bench, actually, since we don't want a goalkeeper in this 5-man bench. So, first Champions League game of the season. Hopefully we can come up with a nice, I'd like to think, big win. Right, they're the team in green. We have to remember that. We are the Nero Verdi, but for today they are just Verdi, and we're just, I guess, Blanco. But there we go. This should hopefully be a strong enough result for us. I want to see us get 2 or 3 goals in this game and sweep Ludogorets aside. That's my plan anyway. Candido all the way through, and, well, very nearly created a chance after just 20 seconds. Candido around the side for Nissen, and it's into the bottom corner. Inside 5 minutes, Magnus Nissen on his left foot slots us 1-0 up here in Bulgaria. His, as you can see, second goal of the season, which is really nice to see that he's got off to a goal-scoring start for the club, even though he hasn't played in every game, which is really nice to see. I thought he might have been a touch of offside there, Jan Brunner, but apparently not. Candido with a gorgeous ball through. It's a great little finish into the bottom corner. If we can get this kid firing goals in as soon as possible, then we've got a hell of a player on our hands. One by Milivojev. No, not one. Stoyanov, and we've got to... Believ's got to have to get across here, and he does. Good block from Believ. Got options, one of which is Milivojev. Moving into the wide areas. Back from Ilchev's ball in. And Glavash and Candido. And it's... Oh... that's poor, but it's come to Uriarte. Here we go. A little bit more space. Over the top for Magnus Nissen. Great first touch. And it's a good finish. Yes, it is. And it's not over the line. How on earth did he not finish that? Did he slide at that and miss it? Oh, Magnus, that was a chance for 2-0. Easy, mate. Lanza! And it's a big save again. He needs runners, and there's one. Lanza's on the run. Nissen's in the middle. Can he fire the ball across to him, maybe? He's gone all the way, and it's... Oh, all right, I think the shot cannoned back. Long ball downfield. Should well be... I was going to say it should be one by our defender who was facing the wrong direction. Not quite what you want from him, really. Stoyanov, ball in, and it's... Well, they're level. Dragutin Juranovic equalises for Ludogorets. That is not what we wanted to see right there, but it's been coming. We haven't really been able to create much in this first half, which is unusual. I was expecting more from us here, but honestly, the defender running the wrong way with his back to the ball was just shameless there. But honestly, we got to do better at blocking this cross. Stoyanov should not be able to whip that one in with such verve, and they had a lot of bodies forward. My God. Well, I mean, note to self, we must do better. They've only had one shot on target, but it was the goal. And this is actually surprisingly poor from us. What we really need from us now is just that extra quality that we know we have to sort of shine through. And so good ball over the top for Nissen. I think he's got a tough task doing much with this situation here, but he might get it back, Lancer's into the box. Can he square it? He might just go for himself. Good save, and on the rebound, Candido will still keep this in. But patience will definitely help us. Right, this is where we need to get the ball. Finally, a bit of space. Milivojev needs to find the right pass, though. They're allowing him to run at them. Simmons around the side for Magnus Nissen. And it's in the bottom corner. So good foot. That was wonderful stuff from us. We were patient. We waited for our moment. Finally got that ball into the space behind. And Milivojev was able to make the run and a lovely pass. He's been very, very good at that in these little off-camera period. Once we get behind their midfield, Milivojev can just drive up. But he waits and waits for the perfect moment to find the pass. And that is a lovely little shuffled finish from Magnus Nissen into the bottom corner. His second goal of the night. Very, very encouraging signs. I've been impressed with the youngster today. 2 goals here on his Champions League debut for us in an away match in, a hostile atmosphere, you could say. Simpson through from him again, and Magnus Nissen nearly completes his hat-trick. That's what I want to see. Bruna. Third goal would be quite nice to wrap this up if we could. Here we go. Chance for it. Candido through to Max Lebert, and Max Lebert slots it home for 3-1 to Swallow. The Greens have beaten the Greens. Candido gets the assist. Lebert off the bench. I realise that could have been Nissen's hat-trick there, but I just wanted to get Max Lebert in for a bit of Champions League football, and, well, it's crazy that we have 3 strikers that at the moment feel like they're all capable of scoring goals. 4 if you sort of count Lancer's work from the right hand side. Great composure, slots it home, 3-1 to Swola, and we've got goals. Today we've genuinely had to rely on the clinical nature of our strikers. Haven't had to rely on a huge amount of chances. We've just taken the ones that we have managed to get today, which is very, very encouraging. 3-1 victory away from home, and a 1-1 draw between Barca and Liverpool actually sends us top of the group. So a brace for Magnus Nissen and 1 for Max Lebert off the bench. Very, very good signs. I think Candido's grabbed a couple of assists in this game too, as has Milivojev, which is awesome. Right then, we're back. We had a big chunk off camera. We had 6 league games to talk about. First of which was at home against Benevento. 83rd minute, we were really struggling. Milivojev finds a gorgeous ball, lances in, 1-0 Sassuolo. And while it was a bit classic Sassuolo, we were definitely a lot better going forward in this game and definitely could have found more goals, which is what you want to see. Next up, we travelled away to Napoli. 3 minutes into this game, Mihilcher gets the ball through, Lancer's shot is blocked, comes back to him eventually, and it was 1-0 to us after just 3 minutes. Exactly what I wanted to see. Nice to see him scoring as well. Second half, within 2 minutes of the second half beginning, Bruno gets the ball out wide, knocks it through, comes back to Milivojev from that Mesrol to make it 2-0 away at Napoli. And then they really did start to find a little bit of form. Literally seconds after that, Clayton Kelly gets the ball here. I thought the danger was pretty much gone, but he was able to just ping this one into the bottom corner for 2-1, and things were starting to get a little bit more interesting at that point. But then, in the 60th minute, Granados' ball all the way through, Magnus Nissen back post for his first goal for the club. But then in the 78th minute, Napoli continued their little comeback here. Thiago Tomas here gets the ball, slipped into the channel by Taylor, lovely little finish, 3-2. But we were able to do just about enough to win this one. A very tight game. I think we just about edged it. But it was just nice to see us play this well against a really decent side. Then, fresh off the back of our win against Ludogorets, we tackled Frosinone at home. We've had a weird record against them in the past. Candido, Nissen puts the ball through. Lanza slams home his 4th goal in 4 league games, which was kind of nuts, to be honest. We then won a penalty, which Glavash dispatched at the start of the second half to make it 2-0. Everything was looking rosy at that point. But then, in the 92nd minute, Frosinone, with this gorgeous little ball in behind, he breaks the offside trap, Vichy's through, and he gets them back in the game with their first real opportunity of the night. But then this happened. Literally seconds later, Lebert, open goal, misses it, hits the post, comes back to Jan Bruno, I think it was. No, Candido, slips it through, Sigurd Jonsson, 3-1, game over. We probably could have won this game by even more, but once again, just a dominant performance. We scored 3 goals, looked really good on the night, which is what you want to see. And Glavash scored a penalty. You know things are going well when even he's scoring a penalty. And we then retook that ridiculousness into a game away at Cagliari. Ball through. Lancer gets on the end of it. 5 in 5 for him now after 30 minutes. We then won a penalty in the second half. Glavash dispatches that one for 2-0. We're even winning penalties now. And then in the 90th minute, Rivas getting the ball on the edge of the box here. Goes out wide to Jan Bruno, whips it in. Cesari's knocked down, and Nissen's there for 3-0 Sassuolo. And the performance was definitely justifying the result. We are on fire at the moment. Everybody knows their job. Pavlish was fantastic in this game, and I don't know, we look stable at the back, but look like we will concede a goal from time to time. But the fact that we've got such ruthless finishes in the forward line is making a huge difference. That and winning penalties all of a sudden. And speaking of penalties, Granados' penalty gave us the lead against Fiorentina, 1-0. And that was all she wrote. Really poor performance. This was definitely the worst we've played. I rotated the squad around a little bit. Lebert came in, a few other players came into this one. Didn't really click for us, but we got the penalty. 3rd penalty in a row in 3 games. We scored all of them, which is awesome. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Top of the league, 6 games, 6 wins, 18 points, plus 10 goal difference. We're only ahead of Juventus because of the goal difference right now. Lazio's goal difference is ridiculous. They've been hitting 5s and 6s on the regular, but they do have a draw in there as well, which is the reason that they're not currently top. It's a 3-horse breakaway at the top of this league between us, Juventus, and Lazio. We are very much in a title race at the moment, and that's bloody exciting. It's like we're finally playing the football that I kind of knew that we were capable of doing, and now we're getting to see a little bit of it, and that's freaking awesome. So today, though, we play against Barcelona, and I'll tell you what, I'm genuinely kind of tempted to just go out there all guns blazing and see what we can do. Away at Barcelona, I rested a few players, like I said, for the last game to allow us to bring them back in for today. Siki will not play through the middle. I will play Nissen through the middle. His match fitness is getting up there now. He's got 4 goals this season already. I'm really glad that since he's joined the club, he hasn't had that sort of struggling start, failing to score goals. You know, he got the 2 against Ludogorets. He's grabbed a couple in the league as well. I think that we could easily get 10, 15 goals out of him this season. And that's all I really want out of him in his first full season at the club, to be fair. So Milosevic will be on the goalkeeping spot right now. Obviously, the bench is a little bit smaller for today, so we have to decide, we have to sort of triage this. I'm going to go with Cesari, because I have been sort of using him off the bench a bit now. So, yeah, we want to make sure that's an option as well. Milivojev as well in that position is just ridiculous. I mean, this is undeniably an outrageous team that they've got. They just bought Mark Vaughan, I think, from United? No, not United, Chelsea. He's an absurd centre-back. Look at him. I mean, admittedly, marking, but it's just so much else about 6'6". He's, yeah, ridiculous. At the Nou Camp, they're in good form, obviously. They won the league, I think, 97 points in La Liga last season. This is a crazy good Barca side. That we want to make sure that... Oh, hello. Nissan's already through... Oh, he's not going to get the shot away from there, is he? But he's done well to just hold on to the ball. Finds Clavash! We've got a bit of an overload on Barca. He's found Nissan. He's got the speed. He'll get the shot in, surely. Rasmus Nissan! Good save again. Inside 2 minutes, we've already had 2 shots on target. Can he deliver a good cross? Just takes his man on. Bear in mind, by the way, but Candido on loan from Barcelona. No clause to say that he couldn't play against them. Reaper into the box. Don't foul him. Oh, no. Goalkeeper. Leon Sanave makes it 1-0 to Barcelona, and I've got to be honest, I feel like Petar Milosevic should be getting that. I don't think he should be allowing a player to win a header directly in front of him like that. All he has to do is come and clean him out there. Yeah, I think that has to go down as a Milosevic mistake. Like, that's... It's going to go out wide for Michal. We've got runners, one of whom is Lancer. He's in again, and he smashes it at goal, and it's cleared away. But we've still offered something in today's game, and I'm proud of the lads for that. I just want to see Liverpool take the lead. Mazzolini's ball in. Headed away? Yes, Pavlich gets it. Nissan needs to just drop this off to someone. He actually does find someone, and there's Candido. He was in a brilliant spot. Can he take the defender on again? Maybe win another penalty. It's a big tackle from Canate. No, I'm sorry. How is that a foul? I realise that this is a potential chance for a penalty for us, but there's no way that Canate has fouled Candido there. Surely. No, there wasn't a foul. Okay, for once VAR actually got it right in this game. Can he just find Nissan and get that ball inside again? Here we go. This is good football, actually. Nissan can now open up the pitch, perhaps. It's a lovely pass for Lancer. He's got the shot away, surely. Oh, Pierangelo Lancer is probably one of my favourite signings ever at this point. He is just everywhere. He's all things to all men. Mihilchea. Lancer knocks it down. Edge of the box, baby. Milivojev into the box, and Nissan, and Lancer again. He's got it back for a second time. Candido, and blocked again. I've been very impressed with us in this first period. Like, genuinely. We may be losing at the moment, but we've put some good stuff together. Mazzolini. Oh, no. Jan. You didn't need to do that. Well, Mark Vaughan, the centre-back, will step up for Barcelona and slots it in for 2-0 Barca. We've had chances in this first half. We've actually done all right, but then the little mistakes, the tiny little things, goalkeeping error, defensive lapse in concentration that caused them to give away a penalty as well, and now we're in a bit of a mountain to climb. Well, that's a shame. We were fairly in this game up until then. We should get a bit of passing going. Milivojev, here we go. Nissan. Where's the pass? There it is for Lancer. Great first touch. And Lancer, oh my God. The balls on this man. Barcelona 2, Sassuolo 1. Pierangelo Lancer scores his 6th goal of the season already. This guy is absolutely ridiculous. We've played 8 games this season and he has scored in 6 of them. Lovely pick out from Nissan. Just slots it through, but look at the composure of the man. Just dinks the goalkeeper. The balls to do that at the Nou Camp. Right, we're not done yet. Clipping it through. Oh, that's such a poor header from João Gonçalves. Out on that left-hand side. It's his first appearance for the club, albeit, but that is not a good pass. And ball whipped through. Oh, and literally from that, Telesher makes it 3-1 to Barcelona now. We've had chances in this game. We've been well in it for most of the game, but that was just a terrible defensive clearance from Gonçalves. I don't know why he needed to do that. I mean, he's heading it into space, but there's just nobody there for us. And then he can't block the cross either. Well, he kind of does, actually. But there's still more work to be done at that point. Like, there's 2 players there. One of you should be trying something, surely. Blasco going long to Bath, and nobody out there. In fact, that looks like Mihilchea's not even in the right position here. Bath. Great tackle. What? If this one's... Right, so the one in the first half was definitely not a penalty. Oh, that is surprising. Is it really? Is it very surprising? Yes, it is, isn't it? Well, Mark Vaughan to step up for Barcelona and make it 4-1 to Barca. Yeah, sorry, that second penalty was nonsense. Considering they had one not given in the first half, almost identical to that, where we should have... Well, we definitely shouldn't have had one. But, for me, that is a perfectly good tackle from Milivojev. Oh, dearie me. Mazzolini's ball through. Cleared away. Cuarto can bring it away. So nice to see him on the... Oh, that's such a poor pass from Cuarto. He had so many other options on, and he's just kind of wasted that one, sadly. And now Bath is through. And it's 5-1 to Barcelona. This does not feel like a 5-1 game, honestly. Mistakes and shocking refereeing have been what's cost us in this one. It's 5-1. Cuarto has so many better options on there. They get a little bit confused with all these bodies through the middle. It's a great little ball through, and Bath just finishes it very, very comfortably for 5-1. It doesn't help that Liverpool are failing to beat Ludogorets right now. Maybe they're not as strong as I thought, honestly. I think 5-1 is extremely harsh on Sassuolo. Second half didn't really go our way, but the 2 penalties, the first one was obviously a nailed-on penalty, but the second one, for me, was no different to the one that wasn't given for us in the first half. It happens. Wow. Wasn't expecting 5-1 there, though. Mostly been made worse by the fact that Liverpool failed to win against Ludogorets. Like, maybe that means we've got a chance against Liverpool. I don't know. But, which is what exactly we're going to be focusing on in the very next episode. A doubleheader against Liverpool, which, honestly, now that I've seen that, then again, they did draw against Barca as well. Weird one on that one. So, if you've enjoyed this episode and the madness that is, we had won 7 in a row before that, I suppose. Maybe we got a bit overconfident. Drop a like, that would be gorgeous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, except not this Saturday. Taking End of the Dog Show. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a Liverpool doubleheader. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.